攻略嘅觀眾，你哋好，
我係吳卓羲，
我係葉明心，
我係導演林超賢，
我係謝霆鋒，我係古天樂，
我係梁樂詩。
你哋而家睇緊嘅係，
你而家睇緊嘅係，
你而家睇緊嘅係，
你而家睇緊嘅係電影全攻略，
電影全攻略，
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 電影全攻略。
歡迎收睇電影全攻略。大家仲記唔記得24年前《帝國驕雄》呢部咁經典嘅電影呢？當年呢部電影咧，除咗令到羅素高爾攞咗奧斯卡影帝之外，仲成功擊敗《臥虎藏龍》等等嘅電影，攞埋奧斯卡嘅最佳電影添㗎。最近導演列尼史葛再執導演筒推出續集，通常外界對於拍續集咧都唔會好睇好㗎，但係列尼就成功改寫大眾嘅諗法，拍得非常之震撼同埋有史詩感，喺爛番茄仲一度有84% 嘅新鮮度添㗎。而家靠電腦特技啦，可以重現翻好多好龐大嘅場景出嚟㗎，但係我覺得始終都係爭咁啲質感。而列尼今次咧就堅持唔靠電腦特技，用全實景咧去打造一個氣勢磅礴嘅古羅馬競技場出嚟啊！所以外界咧對於好多大型嘅戰爭場面都給予好正面嘅評價㗎。而我哋早前亦都同一班演員同導演做咗個獨家專訪，傾下拍攝點滴㗎噃。
And really, there are lots of epic scenes in the movies. You built a huge Roman Empire and an enormous scale. Which part was your favorite?
I was a very good production designer when I began my career. And I used to do television sets and sets for many commercials before I decided to shift to directing. So design for me is an art form and is a real pleasure. So I have to find the very best designer. And one of the best two in my life is Arthur Max. So Arthur Max and I go to war and we rebuild Rome. We built Rome once. We built Jerusalem in Kingdom of Heaven. And here we came again, rebuilding Rome again. So it's amazing, monumental work. It's exciting.
Yeah.
And Paul, how intense was the sword training this time? Was it far different from the previous training you had got?
I mean, I've never trained for anything beforehand. Like, you learn skills along the way. But, like, my acting teacher when I was at drama school always said that you've always got to retain a childlike curiosity. And this is vital in a film like this. You're basically... I'm a 28-year-old man who gets to revert to being a 12-year-old who likes playing swords with his friends. You know, except there's nothing left to the imagination. As Ridley said, he's built Rome. You're in the costume. So it's the thing that I like to say is it requires focus and it requires dedication, but the hard work is about building the inner life of the character. The sword fighting is actually fun and enjoyable, to be totally honest. Yeah.
It's sport.
It's sport, yeah.
And you always have special bonds with horses. How was it working with them this time? So do you have some special tips to easily work with horses?
Don't get on them right away. Walk them around. You know, comb their hair, get them some carrots. You know, get to know them. Get, you know, they can feel you. They can tell if you're nervous. They feel you. You know? And I had a great horse. The horse took care of me. I didn't take it.
Really? Huh.
Oh yeah.
And it's stunning to see your speech while you were holding a human head. We don't mention whose is it. How was the
human head? What? I don't know. What are you talking about? It never happened.
How was the experience like on set?
You know, just another day in Rome. It had the weight. Well, I don't know. First of all, I never held a human head, so I don't know how much they had, you know, but yeah, it had the actual, it felt the weight of it and the look of it, you know.
And how different was the whole shooting to you comparing with the first movie 24 years ago?
It was much faster. 20 years ago, you know, every setup would take hours to set up because cameras had to be loaded with film. None of that this time. All of it digital, 12 cameras shooting all at once. Things moved so fast this time that you were almost like overwhelmed with how fast it was going, and you had to just adjust to it was that quick.
Okay, and how is it like working with the adorable monkey actor, Dundas the monkey?
Yeah, I got there a few weeks early to start training with Sherry, who plays Dundas. She's an incredible monkey, and it's a totally unique pleasure to, you know, train with Monkey, to build this relationship and this bond so that by the time we walked on set, we were comfortable with one another and we also could operate as a unit sometimes.
She was always on your shoulders. Was she being nice to you all the time?
Yeah, she's really nice to me. She loves, she loves the Emperor, I would say. I don't know if she's so nice to everybody else, but she was really nice to me. And she loved my hair. She loved to sit in my hair, look through it, nestle in it. I think that was like her nest.
至於呢個禮拜嘅新片速遞，首先有《魔法壞女巫》，由兩位國際歌后 Ariana Grande 同埋 Cynthia Erivo 聯手主演，講述喺一個充滿魔法、咒語、巫師嘅神奇國度裏面，一個女巫因為不尋常嘅綠色外表而經常被誤解。相反，另一個靚女巫就非常受歡迎。佢哋喺大學相識並且結下深厚嘅友誼，而遇到綠野仙蹤之後，佢哋嘅友誼走上分岔路，從此嘅人生道路亦都截然不同。
Whenever anyone asked me, like, what's the one movie you want to do? If there was one, I'd always say it'd be Wicked.
On my 25th birthday, I took myself to see the show. I'd never heard anything or seen anything like it. I remember that. It was like a rainy night and I felt really alive. I felt like I was floating on air.
I had the incredible privilege of seeing the original Broadway cast of Wicked when I was 10, and I just felt an immediate bond.
I'm sure that you have dreamed of playing one of the two roles. Would you be Elphaba or Glinda? You'd be Glinda.
For sure.
It had a very personal effect on me. This is a very cinematic show. This should be on the big screen.
There's sort of this innate understanding of what it feels like to be someone who's different.
It's always been the thing that I listen to when I'm nervous, when I'm needing an escape, when I need comfort.
Wait a minute.
I went in for my first audition and I just remember being like buzzing.
And when she came in, she was an Ari that I'd never seen before.
And then I got the call to come in.
Cynthia was so raw and vulnerable. And I couldn't get her out of my head.
The world needs to see more of you, and we would love for you to be our Elphaba.
It's been a really long journey, and I'm really grateful for it. I never thought in my lifetime that I would get to be a part of something like this.
We want you to be our Glinda the Good.
I want people to see Wicked and experience it in a way they've never experienced it before. I want them to feel what I felt going into that theater for the first time. I want to make them laugh, to make them sing, to make them feel that after they've watched it, they've been changed for good.
戀愛大都會由百想影后金高銀同魯尚遠主演，講述佢哋兩個喺群體裏面同人哋格格不入而備受非議，亦因為咁而相知相識，仲開展同居同樂嘅生活，令對方成為日常同情感上最保護自己嘅友達伴侶，一齊尋找愛與關係嘅答案。
야, 진짜 좋은 말 할 때 나라.
나쁜 말로 하면 뭐 어쩔 건데? 은지! 왕수! 누가 뭐라 그래도 난 네 편이야.
오케이, 무한도.
빨리 마시고 청계천 가자.
청계천이 왜?
촌사로 그냥 쏴버리게.
왜 자꾸 걔한테 맞춰주냐? 너 요즘 되게 재미없어, 알아?
남들 한다고 나도 하는 게 답은 아니겠지?
앞으로 벌어질 일들 네가 진짜 감당할 수 있을 거라고 생각해?
나는 너 이해하는데.
네가 뭔데 날 이해해? 여보세요?
호수야.
이상! 우리가 이상해?
아니, 전혀.
내가 나인 채로도 충분하다는 것을 알려준 내 20대의 외장아들.
台北追緝令，一名美國緝毒局探員出名為求破案，不擇手段，經常搞出大龍鳳。佢為咗追捕販毒集團首腦，不顧上司反對，去到台北，細估唔到竟然重遇15年前嘅舊情人祖兒，更加發現佢竟然同呢名首腦已經結咗婚，連仔都生埋。但係陰差陽錯下，呢對前度情人竟然開始聯手搗破犯罪集團嘅犯罪陰謀。
I was here 2 weeks before we started shooting, and I rehearsed every day.
Thank you. That was fun.
The most challenging part of playing John is trying not to break any bones. It's just... Every time you do a take, you know, you need to make sure you hit the same place, and that goes for the stuntmen too. It's a rehearsed choreographic movement.
When you do these fight sequences, you have to prepare. It's like an athlete getting ready for a game.
I drove all kinds of cars. From a buggy and old van to a Ferrari. Actually, I love the speed and power immediately. I'm so grateful to work with the car stunt supervisor. He's so professional and he gives me a lot of confidence. The most important thing the bus guy told me is, it's just a car.
Come and see the film. It's full of action. It's a fun story.
It is a gripping experience for all of you.
Baekhyun launched like dots in cinemas. EXO 成員百賢時隔12年嘅首個 solo 亞洲巡演嘅壓軸 encore 演唱會，除咗有百賢嘅精彩舞台演出之外，仲會有百賢嘅獨家訪問同幕後花絮，配合唔同格式，好似 Screen X、Ultra 4DX 等等，等歌迷就算去唔到現場，都可以好似置身演唱會一樣。
나와 함께하는 이 순간은 가장 큰 행복이었으면 좋겠다.
今集時間差唔多啦，下個禮拜同樣時間電影全攻略再見啦，拜拜。